What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to talk about the forced stimulus check, but we're going to talk about it in a different way. Okay, so I think you guys know how I feel when it comes to a forced stimulus check. I think this is something that could benefit everyone, okay? However, the reality at this point is we're looking at a situation where politicians have stopped talking about a forced stimulus check. They haven't been talking about a forced stimulus check in over a year. And I still get people in the comments telling me, no, there's a forced stimulus check coming. I heard it here, I saw it here, and they tell me that I'm wrong for thinking that there's not going to be a forced stimulus check. But I'm just looking at the reality. I'm looking at what politicians are saying, and politicians have gone way far away from the forced stimulus check. Okay, they're talking about inflation right now. They're talking about the abortion fight right now. They're talking about a lot of different things, but they're not talking about a forced stimulus check. They're not even talking about the child tax credit anymore, which is pretty amazing, because they were just talking about that recently. Let's say three months ago. Now that's seems to be off the table. At least they're not focused on it. And so what I want to do is I want to go over to YouTube, because I don't watch a lot of YouTube when it comes to the forced stimulus check and stuff like that. But you guys let me know all the different videos that are out there, and so says this, and I believe this person, or I don't believe this person. I believe you over this person. So I want to go ahead and just pull up, type in forced stimulus check, see what comes up, and we'll just kind of go down the list. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about retirement, we talk about Social Security, and we talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so as always, I want to let you guys know my appreciation for you guys supporting the channel. I really need to start saying this more, and it just makes me feel good, especially after I post a video and I see the comments. And I do read the comments, okay? I might not respond to every comment, but I do read the comments, and it makes me feel good that you guys are supporting me. Some people just come in just to say hi, which I really appreciate. I had someone yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I posted a video about travel credit cards. Okay, now this is not for everyone, and I totally understand that, but I do want to, there is a section of my audience that are interested in travel, and they might be interested in travel credit cards. And so that's why I'm going to continue putting out some of those videos, right? But when I posted that video, I had someone respond, and they said that they're not interested in, or they know that there's not going to be a forced stimulus check. They're not interested in travel credit cards, and they're really basically they're here just to support me. And I that made me feel good, because this person is not really interested in the topics that I chose. Now I'm hoping that I'll be able to gain their interest in some topics, because I'm going to be talking about different topics, but they were just there to support. And I really appreciate that. They're there just to support me. No matter whatever I'm putting out, they're there to support. So that makes me feel really good. So if you just want to stop by in the comment section, you don't really have anything that you want to add as far as a question or a statement, just say hi. Just say hi. And every time I see hi, I will at least reply back hi, okay? Sometimes if it's a question or a statement, sometimes I save those questions for later videos, or I'll reply real quick when it comes to that. But if you say hi, I'm usually, if I see it, I'm going to say hi back to you. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is, like I said, we're going to go ahead and go over to YouTube. Now I'm doing this in incognito. So I'm on Google Chrome. Now, if you don't know, incognito basically will erase your history when it comes to your search history. That way the searches it's just a clean search. It's not taking those cookies that I already have and pulling up different topics depending on the topics that I've been searching. Okay, so let's go ahead and say fourth stimulus off the screen a little bit. Okay, so it's just going to be off the screen. You'll see the full search history, but it's a little off the screen. So fourth stimulus check. Okay, so that's what we're gonna leave it at that. Fourth stimulus check. And so this is the search that comes up right away. Now, let me move this down a little bit just so you guys see what I'm doing here, that I'm going to use here, because it's very important that you guys see how I'm searching this. Okay, because I don't want people coming back saying, "Well, you didn't do that right," or this is not real, or this is not right. So let's just. So this is the search here. This is what I pulled up for stimulus check. Okay, and this is what comes up. Now I want to filter this out, because this, if you look at some of these, this is 3 months old. This is 9 months. This is 11 months. This is a year. So these are not pertinent to what I want to pull up. I want to pull up in the last month who's been talking about this. I don't want to pull up what was going on 6 months ago, 3 months ago. And by the way, if you guys are watching my videos and you happen to see a video and that video is showing you it was posted last year, well, that video was posted last year. So that information is not going to be current. Okay. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I still have people letting me know, telling me that this is old information. Why are you putting out old information? I'm not doing that. I post a video, and once the video is up, it's up. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to do a filter, and we want to go to this month. Should we do this month? Yeah, we're halfway through the month. So we're going to do this month. Okay. So this is all the information about a forced stimulus check this month. Okay. So let's go ahead and move down and look at some of these. So first one here, Blind to Billionaire. Okay, so and I'm just looking at the title. All right. And then the thumbnail, of course, it says when. And that's the big question, when. And you guys know, like I said, when it comes down to how politicians are reacting to a forced stimulus check, they're not talking about a win. They're not talking about a win at all. Okay. And so the title here says when. It says $1,400 forced stimulus check, low income, Social Security, SSI, SSDI. And at the current time, we don't have any information. Okay. And he did put when, question mark, exclamation point. So when is like, when is it going to happen? We don't know. So you can take from that what you want. I'm not watching these videos, but I'm just going over the headlines here. Okay. Deposited. Okay. So this is another channel here. Deposited $2,000 adult checks. Forced stimulus check update today, 2022. Checks deposit mornings. Okay. All right. So basically saying something's been deposited, $2,000. There's no information. That's not happening. Okay. So let's just put that out there. I don't know what they're referring to when it comes to $2,000 being deposited, but that is not the case. Okay. And I would be interested to find out what this person is talking about, but there are no forced stimulus checks or anything like that being deposited. Okay. All right. Sending out $2,000 checks for everyone. Forced stimulus check update today, 2022. Deposit date, payment. Okay. Another channel here. I have no idea what they're talking about here. Sending out $2,000 checks for everyone. Okay. The only thing that I can think of, and I'm just, for sake of argument, looking at these different titles, I'm thinking, okay, 2000. I don't remember seeing anything that was related to 2000. The only thing I know, the state of Alaska, they are considering doing some type of stimulus in the state, but that's a surplus only in that state. So that's the only thing that I know of that would be anything familiar to that. But this says $2,000 checks going for checks for everyone. So I don't know what they're talking about. New stimulus checks arrival dates. Okay. We don't have any dates. We don't even have any legislation. So the dates, the only thing that I can think of is this is all state stuff. Okay. So if we're looking at state stuff, they might have some dates for certain states. But when it comes to anything, when it comes to the federal government, no. It says forced stimulus check package update in daily news. Okay, so this is another thing where you're looking at it, you're thinking, okay, don't know exactly what they're talking about. Obviously, if you just look at the thumbnail of, what's this? It's Jimmy. If you look at the thumbnail here, you see it says new check, delivery dates, and then it has the actual. Now, if they're talking about state checks, well, you have the actual checks at the bottom, and those are checks coming from the IRS. So that would be like a federal check. So just looking at the videos and these videos, they're doing well. Like most of them they're getting views. Okay, so people are watching this information, and I cannot confirm any of this stuff. I mean, all the stuff that I'm looking at these are things that they're just not. It's just not happening. Okay. We have another one here: monthly stimulus checks, for stimulus package update, and child tax credit. Okay, so this was a day ago. Monthly stimulus checks. Okay, is that at the state level? I mean, I don't even know of any monthly stimulus checks. I'd be interested, and maybe that's the whole catch, right? If you put something like out there, people are going to be interested to know, like, well, what are they talking about? Okay, let me click on here and find out. But when it comes to a forced stimulus package or anything like that, monthly checks, we have no information coming from Congress when it comes to any type of monthly payments or anything like that. Okay, let's see. $5,500 stimulus checks passed. Okay, forced stimulus package update, daily news. Have no idea what this person's talking about. $5,500 stimulus checks passed. No clue. Okay, and I've been doing this. I've been doing this for 2 years. Okay, so I've been doing the research. I've been putting out videos for a very, very long time. And if there's stuff like this that's available, I would definitely be letting you guys know about it. Okay. Now you see that these are very, very similar here. 5,500 here, and then 5,500. 5,500 checks just approved for stimulus package. Okay, so 5,500 is another 5,500. So the only thing I can think of is there's something out there that's available to some that is 5,500. It's worth 5,500. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll look further into that to find out what they're talking about. Finally, here we go. Okay, finally, more checks. Breaking news, or breaking, just approved fourth stimulus package update and daily news, supply chain baby formula. This baby formula, this is a new topic that is catching a lot of attention. Okay, so there's a shortage of baby formula, which is ridiculous. And I think there's only 2 manufacturers right now that make this baby formula that's needed for the babies. And so there's a shortage. So there's going to be, you're going to hear a lot more of that. I'll do a video in the future where I focus on that, because I think that's something that we need to focus on. Okay. Yes, deposit confirmed for Direct Express, for stimulus check update for SSI, SSDI, VA delivery date. Okay, stimulus checks. So, I mean, this is more stuff for stimulus check. We don't have a forced stimulus check. Okay, so we just need to, hopefully you guys understand that there's no forced stimulus check. And I can go back to last month, and you'll probably see some of the same titles saying that forced stimulus check is on the way. And new automatic checks for Social Security, SSDI, SSI, $2,000 forced stimulus check update, deposit date. Okay, so you guys get the point, right? There's still a lot of talk about a forced stimulus check. And we even have here a bill passed, massive bill passed, forced stimulus package update. And this could be, and this is the thing, this could be a bill that passed. And it looks like I'm just kind of scrolling over it. And they did have a bill that passed when it came to money for Ukraine. And that could be what they're talking about here. But when you see bill pass, you see forced stimulus package update, and you're thinking, okay, well, that's what passed. But that's not the case. Okay, so you guys, like I said, you guys get the point. I'm curious now, just because $5,500. We're gonna type this in the search because I want to know what this $5,500 checks. Let's see, go out. I'm just gonna put that. See what comes up here. Stimulus, thousands could see $5,500 direct payments. Okay, so here it's Finger Lakes news here. Okay, so I drop that down so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. And so this is what they were referring to as far as the article. And this is a stateside thing, Alaska. Okay, so this is Alaska. Thousands of Americans could be in line to receive direct payments worth upwards of $5,500 in the state of Alaska. So it's Alaska only. All right. But when you look at the thumbnail and the title, you're thinking, okay, well, this is going to the American people, all the American people, right? This is a federal government. Federal government is backing this. And just looking at, and we'll go back. You look here. Okay, you got President Biden. President Biden would have nothing to do with stateside stimulus. Okay, but you have President Biden on there, and you have the checks that are in the background, or the check that's in the background. That's a federal check. So if you're receiving something from the IRS or the Treasury Department, you're going to receive that same check, right? So you just have to be careful when you look at this stuff. And the same thing here, you have another picture of President Biden. President Biden would have nothing to do with Alaska as far as any type of a stimulus, but that's what they're talking about here, $5,500. That's the only thing that I can see that they're referring to. Okay. So just, a bit misleading, right? And when you look at that, you're going to think that these stimulus checks are going out. But the reality is they're not. They're just not. So I just wanted to do this video. I don't like pulling up different YouTubers and talking about what they're posting on their channel. But I think it's very important that we understand when we start looking at this, like if I'm putting out content and I have someone else putting out content and I'm saying, well, right now politicians aren't talking about a forced stimulus check, but then they're putting out things that are saying a forced stimulus check is coming or it was deposited. Checks are in the mail and all that stuff. Well, then, yes, it could get confusing because I'm saying one thing, they're saying the complete opposite. And who do you believe? Well, I'm just telling you, when it comes to politicians, they're not talking about it. When it comes to legislation, there is no legislation on the table. And if you're looking at these channels and they're telling you that these checks are coming, they're going to be arriving soon, or they've been deposited, ask them about the legislation. What legislation are you looking at? What was approved? When was it approved? How is this money going to hit our bank account? Just ask them those simple questions. And if they don't have the answers for you, then it's probably not good information, right? And so I will do this at least once a month, just kind of pull it up just to see what's out there. But I hear it from you guys all the time. You guys let me know all the time. Look, they're talking about this. They're talking about that. Is this true? All that stuff. You guys ask me all the time in the comments. And so I think it would be good just to do a video at least once a month where I just kind of go over for stimulus check, what is coming up. Okay, so now let's talk about what is on the horizon or what is being talked about right now. Now, there's a lot of attention on the abortion rights. Okay, so the Supreme Court, there was a leaked document that was basically looking like they were going to overturn Roe versus Wade. So because of that, you have politicians really coming out on both sides, okay, pro-life, pro-choice. They're coming out and they're saying, look, this, they're trying to, I guess you can say, rally the troops when it comes to that. So you have politicians really focusing a lot of attention on this. Why? Because it's midterms. Okay, so they're looking at this as being a big political issue that they can win votes on, basically. And let's just be clear, that's what it's about. And so that's taking a lot of the attention. We're not hearing right now about any type of legislation moving forward. Now, I would think that they're going to have to, at some point, get very, very serious about moving some type of legislation forward. They still have a reconciliation bill. The Democrats still have a reconciliation bill that they can move forward. They do need support from all 50 Democratic senators, okay? And you still have Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema. They're still on the fence about a lot of different things. And so when it comes down to it, the Democrats still need to pass something. Okay, now we don't know what that's going to be. At this point, the politicians have kind of moved away from stimulus. They're trying to pull back from stimulus, and the main reason for that is inflation. Okay, so if we are in an inflated economy and you stimulate the economy even more, well, that means higher inflation. Okay, so it could be the reverse effect. So basically, let's say they issued out $1,400 stimulus checks. Well, those $1,400 stimulus checks would hit everyone's bank account, and people would spend that money. Okay. And if they spend that money and we're already inflated, then we could be inflated even more, because now we can afford to pay the prices that they're asking, right? So let's say I want to buy a dozen eggs, and a dozen eggs used to be $3, but now it's $5. Well, let's say I receive a stimulus check. Well, if I receive that stimulus check, now I can afford $5 eggs. And so once I get that stimulus check, I start buying the $5 eggs. Well, 2 months, 3 months goes by, I don't have that stimulus check anymore, but those eggs are still $5. And they could even increase to $6 because people are buying them, right? If people are buying at a certain price, they will raise the price. That's generally how it works, okay? And so that's the danger of stimulating the economy right now. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to stimulate the economy in the future, because it's a balancing act when it comes to inflation. And what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to cool off the economy. People are buying too much. So they're trying to cool the economy off by interest rates, raising the interest rates. And then once they raise the interest rates, it will cool off the economy. It will drop inflation down, but we could drop too low and drop into a recession. Now, if we drop into a recession, then guess what they need to do? They need to stimulate the economy again. And so that would mean that they would start talking about different things to stimulate the economy. And that could be in the form of stimulus checks in the future. And I'm talking way future. They're talking about we might not even be able to cool the economy off in 2022. This might push into 2023. And so there's going to be some time in between. But all I'm saying is right now, politicians are pulling away from stimulating the economy. And that's why you don't hear them talking about it right now. Okay, so right now on the table, we would hope to see some type of a plan from the Democrats when it comes to like a Build Back Better plan. We would anticipate seeing something in the summer. Okay, they're going to continue to talk about this abortion rights situation. They're going to talk about that on until the midterms. And so we might see one more piece of legislation go through before the midterms, and then we have the midterms. Once the midterms happen, if Republicans, which it's highly likely that the Republicans will take control of the House and the Senate, or either the House or the Senate. Now, just by them taking control of one, that's all they need. Because if they can take control of the Senate, or if they can take control of the House, well, nothing will get done. Because we're going to have Democrats wanting to do one thing, Republicans wanting to do something else, which we still don't know what Republicans want to do because they have not put forward a platform. But the Republicans are going to want to do something else, and they're just going to fight back and forth, and nothing will get done. We might see some small little bills, little bipartisan bills go through, but as far as anything major, we're not going to see anything major. This is the opportunity right here in the next few months, but you're not going to have that opportunity in the future. So that's all I have right now. I just wanted to put this out real quick just to let you guys see what's going on when it comes to a forced stimulus check, according to YouTube. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.